This is the Moft phone stand and grip, but this is not any kind of phone stand or grip. This is kind of a combination of a pop socket, a kickstand, and it's all MagSafe as well. So let me go ahead, open this up, and show you guys what this actually looks like and performs like. Because I'll be honest, I'm not a pop socket person. I've always hated them, and I've never used them because, one, I don't like that they interfere with wireless charging, and most importantly, I also don't like how they ruin the aesthetic of the phone. But honestly, it's always been that I don't like wireless charging to be interrupted because I do wireless charge a lot. However, this is very convenient because it is a MagSafe one, so you can just quickly take it off or put it on. One thing that you couldn't do with earlier pop sockets, because they are glued on, so either you glue it onto your phone or glue it onto your case, and then if you want to wireless charge, you'd have to take it off every time, which didn't work. So let's see if this wins me over. There is a warning that says use it with a Moft snap case or other MagSafe compatible cases. Not recommended for bare phones or non-MagSafe compatible phones. So that's weird. It's the first time I've seen an accessory say don't use it without a case. I'm sure there are accessories, but I have not seen that being an issue. So there's this, and then there seems to be another layer, another adhesive cover on it. Let's see. So it's just a cover for the magnet itself. So as you guys can see, there is a clear ring here. And there also seems to be another plastic here. Let me go ahead and peel this off. Wonder what that does. Okay, doesn't seem to be doing much, but I did notice one thing right off the bat. So this is how it opens. It opens kind of in this configuration, but a thing I'm noticing is there's no magnet here. So it stays closed, yes, but I'm thinking there's no magnet to hold it down. So over time, as you use this, it bends, it breaks. Well, it won't break, but it bends, it ages. I'm not so confident it'll stay flat. It just seems to be something that is concerning. So that is interesting. There is a magnet over here though, so whenever you bring it close to here and put it into that kickstand thing, it does seem to clock in and just lock onto that magnet. So let me go ahead and put it on the phone and see what it's like. Let me just do it here to see if I can get a really strong magnetic pick from it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that was strong. That magnet sounded strong, and let's see how strong it is. Okay, so I'm trying to take it off. Oh, wow, that is strong. It took me a lot of force to pry that off. This is probably one of the strongest MagSafe accessories I've ever used. It takes a lot of effort to put on. Take off. That's impressive. Okay. Yeah, that's very strong. That's not moving anywhere. Like that, I can't twist this. That is really, really strong magnet. So that's impressive. Let's go ahead and see. So this is what it looks like when you open it in that kickstand mode, and you can keep it both in this landscape mode, or you can keep it like this as well. And that way, if you're just sitting at a desk and you want to see your phone, you can do that. But I will say, as I'm looking at it head on, it feels a little bit too leaned back. So you can use this for FaceTime calls, because for a FaceTime call, you want it about this angle. It's a little bit more up front. This is a little bit more rested back. So this is kind of if you're standing up at a desk and you just want to see your phone at an angle, or even if you're sitting, it is a pretty decent angle, but you'd still, I feel, want it to be a little bit more straight. This is probably if you're sitting in a really tall chair and looking down. So this is this orientation just doesn't work. This is definitely way better. This is pretty straight, pretty up. I can see this definitely being useful for watching movies or something on the go, which is impressive. So let's try the pop socket. And again, it is sad. Like, there's no real magnets to this. This is just kind of flapping around and doesn't have any real hard lock, which is unfortunate. Let me go ahead and pull this out so you guys can see what it's like. It's just 1, 2, 3 elements to it. And let's see, let me just try to bend it to show you guys what it's like. It doesn't really bend easily, but it also does have some play to it if you do try to twist it. There is a lockout though. It doesn't go all the way, like even if I'm trying, it is pretty hard. So it seems to be of pretty sturdy and rigid quality. It does feel to be all a leather type material. Not sure if this is leather or leatherette, some faux leather, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's faux leather. Let's see what else. The case itself is pretty sturdy. So holding it like this, as you guys can see, I'm really trying hard to make this fall off, and it won't. That magnet is super, super strong. So let's go ahead and try to use it as a pop socket. And I have to say, it's pretty comfortable, actually. It's not as, it comes out a decent amount. So for somebody with fat fingers, that's really, really comfortable. A lot of these pop socket type things are just super, super thin. Like they come out a little tiny bit, like this much is how much a lot of them will come out. So for somebody with big fingers like me, thick fingers like me, it is difficult to get comfortable with it. And since it does go down a little bit, so even if you want to have a lower grip on the phone, it is possible. So it does, that itself is cool. But I do have to say, I think that one of the biggest undercomings of this is not having a way to secure this on the back. There seems to be a very faint magnetic connection, but it seems to be equivalent to pretty much, you know, it's not that strong. It feels very weak. Like I'm very easily able to move this around. That it's not, there seems to be some slight magnetic force, like really, really tiny, nothing too strong. So there's that. But otherwise, it is a pretty solid, you know, this thing does hold the weight of the phone. This is the Pro Max, and you guys can see as I tap it back, it still holds. It doesn't fall over. And let me go ahead and try it on this way as well. And you guys can see as I'm tapping it really hard, and it still stays. So as a stand, it's actually pretty nice. It's very low profile, and you get two very decent viewing angles. And also it's nice that it all doubles as this pop socket that you can hear. Let me just go ahead and try to put this at an angle and see if it still works. So let's see what happens if I put it at an angle and I try to do this. Oh, okay, so I guess you can get a little bit more of an angle and change up your viewing angle if you turn the case itself around. So let me go ahead and see that. Yeah, that's a little bit more angled than it was before. Let's see how it is when it stands up. Still kind of similar there, but you can change the angle of the horizontal viewing a little bit based on how you position the this accessory. So this has been the Moft phone stand and grip. If you guys want to check it out, I'll have it linked down in the description below. Would I recommend this? Yeah, but this yellow one seems to be priced at $30, which I don't recommend. At $20, I think this is a pretty cool accessory to have if you don't mind a pop socket. I don't think this has convinced me enough to ditch it, because to take it off every night before wireless charging seems to be a bit difficult for me. So I'm going to be avoiding that for the time being. But I think that if you enjoy pop sockets, or if you want a low profile phone stand that you can use to watch, you know, movies or whatever on the go, I think this is a pretty good accessory. Honestly, I might just even keep this around in my backpack, because as I realized, if you're traveling or on a flight, it's really nice to have just to quickly prop your phone up and use. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. If you want to check this out, I'll have it linked down in the description below. If you have any questions about this, feel free to ask me down in the comments as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.